guys, welcome back to another video. It's another day in quarantine, and today I'm gonna be showing you my everyday quarantine makeup look. So before I start anything, I want to go in with my lip scrub by Lush. This is the bubblegum flavor, and I just go ahead and take some and scrub my lips with it. I like to do this because it really gets me going and my lips really do feel fresh and ready to go after this step. Just gonna wipe away just the excess sugar, and then I'm gonna go ahead with my Vaseline and I'm just gonna apply that right on. Alright, so first of all, I like to start off with my brows. And for brows, I don't actually use an eyebrow pencil during quarantine just because I think it looks a little too much. So instead, I'm gonna go in with this Essence Make Me Brow product. This one actually is tinted and also has like little microfibers. So it also makes your eyebrows look fuller. So I'm just gonna apply that, you know, lightly. Be gentle with it. You don't want too much product on there, or else it'll make you look too dark. So don't forget about the insides. Okay. There, so immediately you guys can see that this eyebrow looks just a little bit more put together and darker than this one. Just gonna do the same step to the other side. Of course, you still want to concentrate most of the product in the inner corner because you want to have a gradient of soft to dark, especially when working with the eyebrows. But don't forget about the inner eyebrow as well, which is right here. Yeah, my eyebrows are a little messy right now just because, you know, quarantine and I can't really go out and then get them fixed, but I do try my best to maintain them as much as I can through plucking. So yeah, and then now we can move on to concealer. So for this look, I'm actually going to use two kinds of concealer. One that will match my skin tone, which is this Fit Me. I'm in the shade 25, and this one, Age Rewind, to brighten up my dark circles. So first I'm just going to take some of this concealer and really like just blot out any part of my face that I want to conceal. You know, you don't want to go too heavy-handed. This look is just to feel refreshed and, you know, ready for the day rather than get ready for an event. So use sparingly. And then I'm just gonna use this brush here by BH Cosmetics. I'm just gonna like lightly blend that into my skin. This brush is perfect for this job because it's nice and precise, and it's also really thick, you know, thick with bristles and compact. So yeah, this is actually one of my favorite brushes. I think it's super handy. Forget about the forehead. All right, so obviously there's still a lot of imperfections evident in my face, but it's a lot less now that we covered it up with that concealer. And then moving on, I have this Age Rewind concealer. I'm just gonna put that right underneath my eyes like so, right in the pocket of darkness to lighten everything up. And instead of using the same brush, I'm actually gonna take a bigger brush like this one, and I'm gonna use that to blend this. And I want a bigger brush for this because the under eyes are really sensitive, and you don't want a small brush to like go in and be harsh in that area. You want it to be nice and, you know, gentle. And there you go. All right, I'm noticing a little bit of redness here, so I'm just gonna apply a little bit more concealer there, just a little bit. Just gonna... All right, Okay, now I'm gonna go in with some bronzer. So for bronzer today, I'm gonna use this one by Joe Fresh. This is just a bronzer, like simple. It's in the shade Sand, and I'm gonna be using this brush here. It's nice and fluffy, but also really thin and concentrated. I'm just gonna go in with my contour. The other side, of course. I don't usually go in with contour like every day, just when I feel like, you know, doing it, or if I have a video call. Of course, I want to look a little bit more presentable. I'm just gonna do my cheeks, forehead, and jawline with this powder. You know, you just want to keep your brush moving so it's nice and blended. You don't want any harsh lines, of course. Alright, and now I have to contour my nose. I'm gonna use this brush here. It's basically a small version of the previous brush that I used for concealer. Just gonna dip into the same bronzer and contour my nose a little bit. So I like to go on the sides and then bring it all the way down, like so. Alright, so now it's blush time, and I'm gonna use this one by H&M. This one is super old. I've had it for the longest time, and this one is in the shade Apricot. I'm gonna use a nice fluffy brush to apply this, so like this one. Just gonna get some, tap off the excess, and then directly apply that on there. Oh god, just drop that. Go ahead. It has a really nice like springtime color. I really like this shade, and it's not so pigmented that it's scary to put on, but it also does have lots of pigment, which is good. Alright, now moving on to the eyes, I'm just gonna do a really simple eyeshadow look. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Nude Rose Gold palette for this one, and I'm gonna start off with just a little transition shade, and it's gonna be this one right here. So this one has a little bit of sparkle, but not so much. So I'm gonna use the Morphe M330 brush. It's gonna dip in that color just lightly and apply that all over my lid, like so. This one is just to add a little glimmer to your eyes. And this shade is perfect because it's not very shimmery, just has a little bit of shimmer in it. Alright. Once that's done, I'm just gonna go ahead with a more concentrate brush or more focused brush, and I'm gonna dip in, so like this one. I'm gonna dip into this color here just to darken up my eyes a little bit. So just slightly, I'm gonna go into the outer corners, like so. Very, very lightly. Don't forget to blend everything so it seems seamless. Okay. The other eye. Alright, and then with an even more concentrated brush, I'm gonna go in with a darker shade. I guess the darkest shade in the palette. I'm just gonna like really, really barely touch the color and like go in to darken the inner part of my eye right there. And just tap it like so, like, right? And the more important part here is just to apply the product there. Not so much blending, because we're gonna use a clean brush for blending that out. Okay, so now that you've applied you can go ahead, go back to your first brush and pretty much blend it all out like so. You don't want any harsh lines. You don't want to see where one color begins, where the other ends. You want it to be nice and blended. I mean, I could blend this all day, but I'm just gonna stop right there. Alright, now final step is to curl your lashes, and today I'm just gonna use a simple eyelash curler. I'm gonna curl lashes like this. For me personally, I like the pulsating motion. I think it works better than holding it. So I like to pulsate. I think it gets me a better result. The other eye as well. I mean, you could go until you're satisfied. And then for mascara, I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild Mega Length mascara. I always prefer a lengthening mascara over a volumizing one. It's just a personal preference. You can go ahead and use any mascara that you want. Just apply a little bit, don't go too heavy-handed. I personally try to apply just on the tips of the lashes. That's good enough for me. Alright, so the eyes are done. You guys can see that the eyes are very natural. I've kept them like really nice and light. And then finally for the lips. So for the lips, I actually don't like using lipstick. Just because like when you're home, you drink a lot of like water, you know. I mean, for me personally, I drink lots of water, tea, coffee, and so I don't really like applying lipstick because then I'll have to reapply. So instead, I use a tinted lip balm. This one is the Nivea Strawberry Shine Lip Balm. You can use anything you want, to be honest. Like, there's no rules to this. Just any lip color will do. If you want to use a lipstick, you can go ahead and use a lipstick. Not a problem. Make sure to get every crevice. Alright, and that's pretty much the look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this look. I hope you'll give it a try. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.